for me, I've always said that this guy is not worth the conversations we have about him. And most people, I think maybe some people agree with me. However, when a guy like Dan Orlovsky, who is paid to talk football, says that the Browns can 100% win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield as their quarterback, I 100% say he's the most overrated player in the NFL.
Boy, you look real sharp, bro. I can't believe it.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna try to do my best to start, showing out on these shows, and that's on, Players Choice Basketball. But now we want to welcome everybody here. This is Players Choice Gridiron Edition. We know a lot of you guys love hoop. Some of you might like tennis, some of you might like baseball, some of you might like fencing. But today we are going to get into football. I got my co-host, Doug.
What's good with y'all? Glad you guys for joining out, man. We got a lot of good topics to get into today. We also have Ben right here from TikTok. Ben,
yes, sir.
Got anything you want to say?
Yes, sir. From North Carolina, my name's Brandon. People call me Ben. Got my name's on TikTok, BBen923. Got 52K followers on TikTok. So yeah, ready. I'm ready.
Awesome. And then we also got your very own Sports Fluent, man. Sports Fluent, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Sports_fluent on IG, Twitter, TikTok. If you want to be more fluent in sports, come at me.
There we go. And then
last but not least,
you got it. You took the words right.
We on the same page. That's where we want to be as co-hosts,
Yes, sir.
I got my man Bama.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bama, man. Y'all can come follow me at Ground Zero TV on YouTube. Similar podcast, talk about all type of sports, everything in sports, current events, all of that. So yeah, follow me as well on them socials.
We want to encourage you guys to really come follow all of us. Follow Players Choice, obviously. Follow Dub, follow everybody on here. We want to continue to build up this community. We're gonna bring you guys good, entertaining, hot takes all the time. And we want you guys to be able to see those on all platforms.
That's right. What was I gonna say? This is gonna be your regular starting five here for every Tuesdays. So get ready because this is gonna be a frequent thing. Every Tuesday, show up here at 9 p.m. Eastern time. All right, so let's jump right into it, man. With topic number 1 of the day. Now you guys know how I feel about this. We have another upset loss. Iowa versus Purdue. Iowa lost to Purdue in another, upset loss in the NCAA season. And what does this mean for the state of NCAA football? Ben, I'm gonna start out with you.
All right. Well, these teams, these undrafted, that they're not ranked, they've been doing some recruits. I've been looking at. They've been doing some recruits, and this is football. Anything can happen in football and all that type stuff. So it's not the NBA when the best team win all the time. This is football. Anything can happen.
Facts. Fluent.
Iowa's, first of all, for the NCAA, it means nothing really in terms of the bigger picture. What it means for Iowa, well, that's going to depend on what they do from here. So if it's just a hiccup and they go on undefeated the rest of the season, it's going to look back at, hey, we just had a bad game. We didn't come out that day. We say any given Sunday in the NFL, any given Saturday in college football. However, if this is now a blueprint on how to beat them, and now you see them lose a couple more games, well, then you're going to look back to that game and say, okay, that was the tipping point that started Iowa's downfall. But like I said, if they win the rest of the season, if they win out the rest of the season, we won't even think about this game. We won't even think about it. And I know Bama agrees because I see him shaking his head and nodding. That's right.
Yeah. You know what I gotta say to that? They were who we thought they was. You know what I'm saying? So everybody cried about Alabama being in there all the time. I call it the Alabama Invitational, like Shannon Sharp do. Because you got to go through Bama to win a national championship. You had the Grim Reaper out the club, and you couldn't handle business. All you had to do is keep winning. But that's that just speaks to who Iowa is as a team. That to be a championship team, to be those blue bloods of college football, like your Clemson's, Ohio States, they got a whole tradition of winning. You know what I mean? Like Alabama, for instance, they had a 40-game streak since 2018 where they hung at least 40 points on a Power 5 opponent. So that speaks to the culture of that school, and they know how to be in the front and lead from the front. They used to that pressure. I was not used to that. And I was telling a friend the other day, I guarantee if the roles was flipped and Purdue was number 2 and I was unranked, they would have beat Purdue in that situation, because that's just what type of teams that league is up there. They, like, you get your Iowa States, they beat up on good teams. Purdue did this last year with Rondale Moore versus Ohio State. He put up 6 touchdowns. You know, so this is just what this team is. And even if you look at it right now, David Bell, 11 receptions, 240 yards. That dude was sniffing pre-workout before the game. Like, he was juiced for that game. Like, you can't tell me he wasn't in the zone and he was just hyped about, because they play those guys often. So they know, you know, regardless of whatever they rank, it's not like a number 2 Alabama coming into your stadium where, you know, they really put a hurting on you. These guys, you know, they can get these rankings, you know, just from the beginning of the year playing cupcake teams, you know. But like I said, they were who we thought they were. It really does nothing in college football, because, you know, you still got your Georgia, Alabama, they still up in there, so they ain't going nowhere.
So wait. So what you're trying to say is Alabama wasn't all that, or Iowa wasn't all that from the beginning. It was just basically predicated on their schedule and, you know, other teams falling and stuff like that. The reason why they were number 2.
Well, no, I don't want to disrespect them and say they wasn't nothing to begin with. They was a good team to begin with. But what I want to say is the reason why they weren't able to maintain that's just not the culture, or why I feel like they're used to that championship culture where you got to maintain that. It's not getting to that point. It's maintaining it to the end of the year. You know what I mean? I just think Iowa is not that type of team.
If you want to win a national title, you have to beat, and I mean, not just win, you have to beat the unranked teams, whether they're in your conference or not. And then you have to play your best and win some ranked teams too. But if you can't handle your business with the unranked teams, then honestly, you have no business even talking about national titles.
But I mean, is Purdue one of those teams where it's like, yeah, they're unranked, but they're still one of those unranked teams that you circle in your calendar and you tell your team, like, yo, you guys get to play in this week, we will get popped? Or is this a team they absolutely should have taken care of business with? Ben?
Oh, well, I think this is just like that, the actual thing they be doing and all that type stuff, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Well, y'all know how I feel about this, man. I put a 17-team parlay on this, a 17-team parlay, and I won 16 of those games. Iowa lost it for me. That was the worst offense I've seen from a number 2 ranked school I've ever seen in my life. I do not like Iowa at all. I think it's disgusting on what just happened that weekend. But I just want to ask you guys, like, what does this mean for the state of NCAA football? Because I believe this is the 3rd weekend in a row when an unranked school beat a top prestigious school. So is this something that you guys think is gonna continuously to happen? Or what is the reason for that happening, honestly? Do you guys have any answer for that?
Myself personally, it's just, I tell people this, so it's so unrealistic to, you know, expect somebody to go undefeated. You know, by me being a Bama fan, we get spoiled with them winning all the time. But if you really listen to Nick Saban and you listen to the stress in his voice, he tells people, you know, especially playing in conferences like the SEC. But at the end of the day, these are 17 to 22-year-old children. You know what I mean? And sometimes they're not, they got class, they got other stuff. They think about girls. No, man, we just gonna be honest, bro. So they thinking about other stuff.
Don't forget, there's something new this season. The NIL.
NIL.
So now they're worried about money, endorsements. So yeah, maybe you are going to see more updates because their mind isn't 100% on football.
With that being said, though, Fluent, that's actually a good point that you make, because now that you are an athlete that can get paid, doesn't that give you more incentive to want to go out there and perform and not sleep on teams and games like this? If you are
truly dedicated to what you want to do, you would think so. But some people I got paid, right? There's a guy at TSU, I forget, Master P's son, right? Signed for what, $2 million?
Right. Yeah.
I got paid, right? Now forget him. He might be an exception. But somebody else gets $1 million contract.
No, yeah, you definitely.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. I don't need to do anything else.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. Yeah. But some people are going to think that way.
I mean, you see that happen with a lot of pro athletes too. When they sign that big
Right.
contract, and then all of a sudden it's like, where's this guy been? We haven't heard from him since he got that money and moved up to the hills.
Give me a player in his contract year 100 times out of 100 over a guy who just signed a big deal. Because the one who's playing for a contract,
oh yeah,
they're gonna ball out.
Hungry.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Well, it's obviously college football. We know the landscape of college, even with basketball, baseball, all the sports. These top ranked teams will get popped at some point in time. So this isn't going to be the last upset that we probably will talk about. And
there could be many more, to be honest.
Exactly. And it's just going to get more and more nastier from here on out because, the implications are,
the SEC championship. The game up to the SEC championship, you still got a few teams up in there. Alabama got to play Auburn. They got to Auburn looked just as good. So you know what I mean. And Alabama gonna probably have to play Georgia. Possibly twice. If at the end of the year all of them win. One's 4 and one's number 1 right now. So that's gonna be somebody got to go right there. But
I've been tallying up. I just want to put it out there before we move to the next topic that Bama has said Alabama 57 times.
Yes, sir.
So far.
Yes, sir.
This episode.
Keep the tally up. Keep the tally up.
We are only 10 minutes in, so if you said it 50 times now, just times that by
100 more times. Hey,
okay.
Check me out though. You want to talk about the state of college football, but this was something I wanted to put on air for y'all. Speaking of state of college football, this past weekend, I don't know if everybody realized what happened, but it was real big for HBCU football. Jackson State versus Alabama State in attendance. They had 56,578 fans in attendance. This is very big because this is HBCU D1 AA ball. Other games have 3,000 people, nowhere near close to that. So the reason why this is so big, the stadium only sits 45,000. But the reason why this is so big, this past weekend, it was several games. Number 3, Cincinnati versus UCF, only 37,000 in attendance. Alabama versus Mississippi State, only 53,000 in attendance. Number 18, Arizona State versus Utah, 51,000 in attendance. Number 10 ranked, Michigan State, 50,000. That's real big. You want to talk about the state of college football, it's going to be a real big paradigm shift to where they finna start looking at these guys they haven't looked at before. Because what I say is weird. It's crazy how a group or a conference of players have some of the most well-known names in the NFL Hall of Fame, but this past season, no one was taken from any one of those squads. I'm glad Deion Sanders and Eddie George.
If you've been watching my page, I'm a huge supporter at HBCUs. My good friend, went to be the offensive coordinator at TSU under head coach Eddie George, and we're doing a top 20 list of the top 20 HBCU players of all time. Guys like Deion Sanders, Hugh Jackson, Eddie George going to HBCUs will make a difference. And the more people that show up to those games, the more money, the more funding they will get, the more attention they will get. Because you're right, zero draft picks from HBCUs last season was a joke. And that needs to change. And I think, and these guys and more that are coming, they're gonna make that change. They're gonna make that change. That's good. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a very important thing to bring up.
Okay, so moving on. Anybody, Ben, you got anything else to say? Dub, you want to speak more on your parlay?
I'm good.
I got a little bit of that frustration.
But I will say this though. Would y'all think if it's going to be like, let's say if UNC beat Clemson, is that an upset to y'all?
Not at the state where Clemson at right now. If it was last year, that would have been an upset. But not with DJ Ungulele. Or sorry, I hope I didn't butcher his name like that. But
no problem. No problem.
All right.
Okay, so on to topic 2. Now we are going to jump into the NFL, and this is the moment we've all been waiting for. So here we go. The Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals, are balling out of control right now. They are the only undefeated team left. Now, that poses a question for me to you guys. Is it too soon to crown them the Super Bowl favorites? Sports Fluent, we're going to start with you.
It's too early to crown them the Super Bowl favorites. It is. Today, however, yes, we're going to get to this in a minute. They're the best team in the NFL. If you paid attention, I told you they were going to be the team that wins the NFC West. I took a chance on them, and there they are. But yeah, right now they're playing the best football. And if they're not in when you're bringing up who are the favorites, they're in that conversation, but they still got to go through a very good Rams team. They still got to go through the defending champs in the Bucks, right? We know Tom Brady isn't focused on the regular season. He wants to get just enough wins, get into the playoffs, and that's when you'll see that Bucks team really play, right? That's what Super Bowl champs do. So would I put them as my favorite today? No, but they're playing the best right now. Yes.
Okay.
For me, it's too early, still too early. I don't know why, but they giving me like Pittsburgh Steelers vibes. Like for last year, you know how they were undefeated and all that type of stuff. They were like 8-0, and then the Cardinals, they doing their ball, but playoff time. We just gotta see how they gonna be. They got the Rams to worry about. They got Tom Brady and the Bucks to worry about. Still good teams out there in the NFC. Green Bay. So yeah.
Okay. Bama, what's up? How you feel?
I like, I'm out here in AZ, man. I like Kyler, man. Me and him about the same height, dog. That's my dog, man. I'm riding with him till the wheels fall off. But the likelihood of them going 19-0, let's be honest, it probably won't happen. Will they be a team to be reckoned with in the playoffs? For sure. Like you say, still got to go through that division is real tough. Still don't sleep on the Seahawks and Niners either, just in that division. You know what I mean?
Better not sleep on the Seahawks.
But my favorite, that bad man Aaron Rodgers, dog, it's gonna be tough. He ain't no pushover either. You know what I'm saying? For us getting through them, and Tampa Tom as well, man. The GOAT at the top of the mountain. He at the top of the mountain, waiting for them boys, to step up to him. So I like Kyler. That Kyler, the DeAndre Hopkins matchup is real special. That duo they got with that relationship they got together. Yeah. That defense balling way beyond what the NFL projected them to do. Chandler Jones, Isaiah Simmons, that dude, the freak, man. Buda Baker, that's my guy right there.
Tough. Buda tough.
Five animal. You know what I mean?
Nice, man.
But I think Cliff Kingsbury, they thought his offense wasn't gonna work, but he got his guy in Kyler. Kyler, bad man behind that center, man. Look like he playing on X Games mode out there. So I don't know. They're a strong favorite, but I'm not gonna crown them.
My concern with the Cardinals is that look at their veterans, right? The guys that are supposed to lead that team. None of them have had success in the playoffs. Right?
No, don't do this. Don't do this, man.
Come on, Kyler. I'm saying Kyler, AJ Green, JJ Watt.
But that's not really their fault. Football is the most.
I get it, but I'm saying there's nobody in that. Is there anyone in that locker room that can tell them, hey, this is what we need to do? So I think that's why I don't think this, if they stay together, maybe next year, I don't think this year's their year because they're going to have to get that experience together. That's all I'm saying is that
how you feel about that?
Tell them.
Let me tell you something.
But before you get into it, Sports Fluent, I agree with you because I'm a firm believer that veteran leadership goes a long way. But Dub, how you feel about it?
Listen, they got the best wide receiver in the NFL. They have probably, arguably, the best wide receiver core with AJ Green, Christian Kirk, Rondale Moore. You got Kyler Murray running the show, who I believe could win MVP. He's top 3 definitely for myself. Yep. They got an established run game. They have a great front seven, great secondary. The only weak part about their team is their cornerbacks, and that's it.
And let me ask you something. What kind of league is it right now?
It's a passing league.
And
your concern is their cornerbacks?
Absolutely. But their front set, but everything else. I mean,
what do you think? What do you think Tom Brady's going to do to them cornerbacks?
Tom Brady.
What do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to do to them cornerbacks in a playoff game?
In a playoff game, the Bucks, they don't have their corners right now. All their corners is hurt. Now we'll see if they get back. They're back to that form, but they don't have corners either. So DeAndre Hopkins is killing anybody that's on that team. And
I agree with that. I agree.
So listen, listen. Arizona right now looks real good to me. They're one of the most complete teams in the NFL right now. I really love what I'm seeing from them.
You crown them?
Let me ask you this.
Hold on, put them on Super Bowl. Put them on the spot. Super Bowl favorite.
I might put them as my I'll put them as my Super Bowl favorite, no doubt in my mind. I think Kyler Murray's on a different level this year.
All right, let me ask you
You
this.
got a question?
With subpar cornerback play, who you think more liable to get you to the Super Bowl, Kyler Murray or Tom Brady? With subpar cornerback play.
Well, of course I'm gonna go with Tom Brady, no doubt in my mind. But I mean, I believe that Arizona just have such a complete team. I just love what I see with them. The Bucks have a complete team as well. Um, but it's just something about Kyler Murray and Arizona, bro. I like them this year. I love them this year. Without a doubt in my mind. I love
Jalen Smith over there in Green Bay, though. I don't think people realize how solid of a pickup that was. Like,
yeah. So now here's what we're gonna do. So Dub, you announced Tampa Bay is your favorite. Now I gotta hear what all you guys' Super Bowl favorites are. None of you guys said that you were gonna rock with Arizona. So Ben, who's your Super Bowl favorite at this moment in time?
For me, I'm still rolling with the Bucks. I can't debate against Tom Brady. I can't do it. Tom Brady the GOAT.
Yeah, that's house money right there. That's easy money.
Yeah.
Okay, Fluent. Who you got?
I am, as you know, a very old school kind of guy, and we always say this: to be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! So until someone proves me any different, it's the Bucks.
Bama.
I mean, that's just a given to go with Tom Brady, but I got to go with that wizard with that magical wand over there. That bad man, Aaron Rodgers, the wizard, Aaron Rodgers.
Discount double check.
Discount double check.
Listen, he might own my team, but that's about all the things that he owns in the NFC. He ain't.
I feel like this is year. The reason why, I feel like there's a lot of drama going on over there. There was a lot of drama. He was sending them pictures with him from the beach when he was supposed to be at training camp. They lost the one game. Everybody went over dramatic. They went on a killer win. They haven't lost a game yet, right?
No, they haven't
won. Yeah, so
they got stomped that first game. I was like, Aaron Rodgers. He is doing his best to get out of there.
I knew he was good. He was smiling.
I'm like, Aaron Rodgers through this game for sure. He's doing this. I thought he was going to do it all season until they traded him.
You know what? I immediately thought he was pulling his best James Harden last year in Houston.
Exactly.
But then I thought, you know what? Aaron Rodgers is a smart dude. And he basically said, look, I can dictate where this team goes. And you as a coach, if you're going to have a job next year. So here's week one. I'm going to play terrible. You want me to play well? Start doing things my way a little bit. Yeah. I think that was him sending that message out. Without him, they don't go anywhere. And he's right. Without them, they don't go anywhere.
Okay, so I got two questions. Well, I got two things I want to get into. First thing is a question. Is in any sport, is quarterback the best longevity position that you can ever play in any sport?
Longevity?
Yeah, like longevity wise. Just seeing how old Aaron Rodgers is, seeing Tom Brady, a lot of older quarterbacks now, they're kind of paving the way for quarterbacks to be, older and still be successful.
Maybe kicker.
Kicker?
maybe
kicker.
I
can see that.
Maybe kicker.
That. Okay.
Right. Like I wish I would have played soccer more as a kid. I think I could have been a good kicker.
As long as you depend on your arm the way they depend on theirs. Like if you're more so of I hate to say it because I love Cam Newton, but if you're more over that style of quarterback, you ain't got too many years, you know what I'm saying, in the NFL. You got about the same longevity as a running back. Unfortunately, I love Cam to death, you know what I mean? But the more you depend on your arm, the longer you can stretch out your career. You know?
And listen, we've been spoiled. This kind of last run of quarterbacks, the Drew Brees, the Tom Brady's, we've been spoiled. If you look back though, that's not typical. Is that going to continue moving forward? I don't know, because one hit, and your career's done.
That's all it takes.
And also this new era quarterbacks, They're running. Lamar Jackson. Every time Lamar Jackson takes off, I get nervous because I have flashbacks to RG3, and I'm just like, pull up, man, pull up, slide, do something. But he's working it. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so to get along these same lines of the Arizona Cardinals, I know they're undefeated right now, right? I'm going to read off the rest of their schedule, and I want each of you guys to tell me, when are they going to lose? What week will they get tripped up in? So next week, they got the Houston Texans. Just stop me if you believe that this would be the week that they lose. The week after that, Sunday night, it's a primetime game. They got Green Bay Packers.
They losing right there.
They losing that?
They losing
in Green Bay?
No, it's in Arizona.
Okay, no.
I still
Nope, they got him.
Dub.
Nope. Dub. Okay.
No, they got him in the toaster. Okay. They're good.
Following week, they're at San Francisco.
Now I can see that as a possible L.
See,
It's divisional games, man.
Yeah,
that's the one.
On the road.
If that defense is healthy at home, coming off of probably a win, right? A high profile win on Sunday night against Green Bay. That's the catch game. That's the catch game.
Okay.
Especially if the only thing that really scared me, man, is if they turn that boy Trey Lance through. I mean, loose.
Well,
he really scares me.
I have a question. Though.
Yeah, they might get by that one too. Then
Ben, why do you feel as if it's just a done deal, like they're losing to Green Bay?
Because Aaron Rodgers, you don't know what Aaron Rodgers got in his bag. You just don't know. And then the defense is underrated. Darius Smith, all them type people, they got it. They still good.
So you think what's the score? What's the score?
Oh, it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a close game. Yeah, it's gonna be a close game. I say about 27-24, something like that.
All right, that's great.
I got two more games though. Okay. We're gonna skip a few games in between. Hey, Fluid, I'm sorry, we're not gonna talk about December 5th.
Don't talk about that.
Hey, we're not gonna talk about that. All right. The 13th, December 13th, they go to LA. No, actually, LA comes to them. Are they? And they handled LA pretty well last time.
Yeah, the last time they
are they scared of the Rams?
I got Arizona.
Don't think so.
You got Arizona?
I don't think so.
Okay. Last game, January 2nd, in Dallas.
Don't talk to me about Dallas. Don't talk about Dallas.
That's not a game.
These Cowboys fans.
That is a game. I don't like the Cowboys either, man. I don't like the Cowboys either. But I will say this: Dan Quinn is a lot better coordinated than he is a head coach. Then, if you look at his team right now, he got a similar setup to what he had over there in Seattle. Trayvon Diggs. Everybody want to talk about. I think he's got schemed into all of those picks he got. I don't think he's really that good. I think he's playing. He's got caught up in a scheme that he benefits very well from. If you look at that whole defense, they're getting real good pressure on that D-line, solid pressure, real good production up out of those guys and those linebackers. Michael Parsons, he was getting good enough production up out of him from pass rushing and linebacker play that they just shipped Jalen Smith, and Jalen Smith he had some solid numbers. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, he did.
But listen, when we're talking about Cowboys versus Arizona, the Cowboys' main weakness is their corners. Let's keep it real. The secondary. Their front seven is amazing. Trayvon Diggs, he is good at his own right, but he's not up there yet. Let's keep it real. Bro, Kyler Murray is gonna torch that defense without a doubt in my mind. Cowboys are 5-1. Don't get me wrong. Congratulations, y'all 5-1. But man, they ain't no contenders. And we all know this.
Okay. So that's definitely a game we will have circled on our calendars for sure. Dub, before you was telling me about you wanted to do some Clubhouse listening parties.
Oh, you wanna do that now?
Well, I'm saying that is a great game for us to do that.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll set up a Clubhouse, whatever time that's available, and then that way we could debate with each other amongst each other on Clubhouse. At the same time, watch the games and catch some highlights together.
Okay. I'm sure we'll do that. That's not to January 2nd. I'm sure we'll do plenty before that, but that's a good game.
Yep.
So you got it, Doug.
So we're gonna go into the next topic here. I want to hear y'all most overrated player right now. Ben, I'm gonna start out with you, man.
Well, we already just said of Trayvon Diggs. I think he's the most overrated player in the NFL. Ooh. Because listen. I be on TikTok. I was on TikTok one time. There was this dude. They said Trayvon Diggs was the best cornerback in the NFL. So Jalen Ramsey died.
Marlon Humphrey, Jair Alexander.
Yeah.
Did they say statistically? Because statistically,
even statistically,
interceptions.
I mean, even if you look at it,
I'm with you. I'm with you, but
because he gets burnt. Like, so I would say this. I would say more so than anything, he baits quarterbacks very good.
Yeah.
You want to even go back to when he was at Alabama. Alabama runs a lot of man-to-man coverage, zero safety help. He used to get torched. Go look at the tape versus Jamar Chase. Now I know it's Jamar Chase, but you can look at it several other times. You man-to-man, that's what the cornerbacks, I'm kind of old school, so that's what I'm built off of. A cornerback lining up one-on-one with a receiver, neutralizing them, taking them out the game. Nowadays, cornerback is switched if you zone or whatever the case may be, and that's what he benefits from.
Hey, Ben, since you had Diggs, let me just Ben for a second. Since you had Diggs as overrated, do you think, based on all the interceptions he's been getting, if quarterbacks stop throwing his direction, will you increase or decrease his value?
I'll decrease.
So if you notice that they start going to the other side of the field, he stops getting interception because they're throwing away from him, you're not going to say, okay, they see something that I don't?
Yeah, they see something in him, yes.
Okay.
So doesn't that increase his value?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't that increase his value?
That increase his value?
Yeah. Like Jalen Ramsey, they don't throw him his way like that. They don't. No, exactly.
Because they're afraid of him.
So Ben, do you think that he's that caliber of player where it's going to get to a point where they're going to stop throwing to him, or do you think that other quarterbacks and GMs are going to be like, no, he is overrated, we're still going to keep picking on him or going his way?
If Diggs keep doing what he's doing with the interceptions, the ball hawk, I think they're gonna stop going his way, and they're gonna realize that he's that dude. He's that dude.
But you don't got him being that dude. Okay.
Hell
Anybody
no.
else?
Sports Fluent. What's your most overrated player?
Overrated.
All right. So for me, I've always said that this guy is not worth the conversations we have about him. And most people, I think maybe some people agree with me. However, when a guy like Dan Orlovsky, who is paid to talk football, says that the Browns can 100% win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield as their quarterback, I 100% say he's the most overrated player in the NFL because he's not even in the top half of NFL quarterbacks. And if you take any other quarterback in the NFL, they're still 3-3. If you take the top half, they're probably undefeated or they have one loss. So what's the reason the Browns aren't who we thought they were this season? Quarterback. That's it. That's their only. If you look at that team, they're good on defense. They have a running game. They have wide receivers. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback.
I'm so glad you said that.
Does this have anything to do with his shoulder injury?
No, because it was even before that. I think the shoulder injury is gonna make it worse. But no, I think he's. This was last year. This is just Baker Mayfield is not that guy. Okay, he's just not that guy.
Baker Mayfield is trash. I don't know how you have Odell Beckham as your number one wide receiver and you cannot find this man. Last game, I seen Odell Beckham run a drag route and they blitzed him. Odell Beckham was wide open. Want to know where Baker Mayfield was looking at? He was looking at Peoples-Jones with a dude right on his back, pump faking to him. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I have Odell Beckham on my fantasy team. So you don't know how mad I was when I seen that. Hey,
Odell Beckham Jr. is injury prone too. He's injury prone.
And that's the only thing about
But come on, when they were all healthy, I'm not okay. Now there's obviously some injuries, but when you have Chubb and Hunt rotating in the backfield, you got Landry and Odell and Njoku. Like you've got so many weapons.
Yeah.
Your offense should be and an offensive line. Like you literally have everything. And you're the weak link. So, listen, I don't know if you guys are looking in the chat. There's guys from Cleveland fans saying Baker's holding us back. So I'm assuming he's a Cleveland fan. They see it too. He's not the guy.
Is it about time for Cleveland to start searching elsewhere?
If they listened to me, they would have started searching 2 years ago. So yeah, they should be searching. They're literally I want to say 2 years ago. When did they bring in their head coach? This is his second season now, right? Is this his second season?
I believe so.
I think it's okay. Yeah. So when Freddie Kitchens was the head coach, I said they're a head coach and a starting quarterback away. Now they got the coach. Now they're just a quarterback away.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo Jr. That's why I love Colin Baker. Ben, what you got?
He's not that good.
I called him Butter Mayfield.
He's not that good. Wait, talk about. Wait, Baker Mayfield is not as good as Jimmy Garoppolo.
No. When Jimmy Garoppolo is healthy, how many games does he win? What percentage of games does he win?
He went to the Super Bowl, matter of fact.
When he's healthy, who wins more games?
You can at least go to a Super Bowl with him.
You're agreeing with him?
Name me a quarterback in the NFL that's worse than Baker Mayfield.
We're talking about right now. We're not talking about what they've done in the past. We're talking about right now.
Sack runs.
Right now, Jimmy G.
They might be on the same tier.
Dang, that's crazy. I don't know what to say to that, bro.
Okay, well, Bama, aside from I mean, you can't go with Baker. I would like to say Baker's off the board now, just so I can.
He off the board. Yeah,
okay.
They got some good ones. I might ruffle a few feathers with this one though.
Brace yourself.
Go ahead.
Drum roll.
Brace yourself.
Drum roll.
Christian McCaffrey.
Ooh.
Oh my God!
No.
Ladies
6 games in 2 years.
Has just
6 games, 2 years.
Injuries.
What made me think that he was overrated? The production of Mike Davis. If Mike Davis did not go over there and produce the way he produced, I would have said, yeah, maybe Christian McCaffrey is a one-of-a-kind guy. But based off of these facts, these cold hard facts right here, you can look this up. The most underdeveloped position in football is linebacker. That's why they constantly move safeties down to linebacker. That's why they do all that stuff by making D ends drop back in the coverage, because it's to hide the inabilities of linebackers. They're just not good no more. You know what I'm saying? For us, that position is just underdeveloped. So if you look at where Christian McCaffrey hurts you the most is in the passing game. So he's taking advantage of linebackers, but not necessarily you can't split them too far out wide because he's not good enough to take advantage of a cornerback. So he's really playing, and I would possibly say that's on the offensive coordinator as well. You're manipulating the game at a weak point. You're taking advantage of it. But like I said, Mike Davis came in and had similar numbers, and he was running the ball real well, and he's available. Like I said, 6 games.
Similar numbers. Was he an MVP candidate? Was he a rushing?
Well, we won't know until he played a full season, though.
He was nowhere near that at all. At all. He can't receive the way C-Mac can. If you want, he can't even run the way C-Mac can. I'm sorry, he can't. There's nothing that he does better than C-Mac.
If not for injuries, let me ask you, Bama. If not for injuries, are you saying that about CMC?
But you got to factor that in there, though.
If not, I'm giving you a what if. If not for injuries, would you be saying that?
Maybe, probably, maybe not. But we don't know. The thing is, we do know he is injured and he's not available.
When he's healthy, is he one of the top 5 running backs in the league?
Maybe top 5.
Then he can't be overrated.
No, you could still be top 5 and overrated. You still can't.
How can you be top 5 and overrated? Unless people say you're 1 when you're 5.
The only reason,
but even then, you're not overrated that much.
The only reason he's top 5 is because of what he does in the receiving game. So let me ask you this: if we just talking about wipe out what they do in the receiving game, as a runner, you taking Christian McCaffrey over Jacobs in Vegas?
1,000%.
Yes.
So you taking Christian McCaffrey as a runner over Jacobs?
Yes.
Taking him over James Robinson.
James Robinson
as a runner. Now you got that's
only as a runner.
Kareem Hunt as a runner.
But here's the thing.
David Montgomery as a runner.
Okay, hold on.
So the only way he affects the game is taking advantage of an underdeveloped position, which, like I said,
are you taking Steph Curry as your point guard if you can't shoot threes? Like, you can't do that.
No, it's a phase of, but the title of a running back is running the ball, though. If you look at the greatest running back in the game, Jim Brown. No, it's not anymore.
Not anymore.
Way you're trying to reinvent the wheel when there's nothing wrong with it.
The greatest running back in the game was Walter Payton, and he could run, pass, and catch, and block. And if he's not 1, he's 2. So what's that?
Pretty much all the top running backs can run, block, and catch, but they was very dynamic running the ball, and it's a lot easier just to hand the ball off and tell the quarterback to get out the way versus, let me make a read. Let me see if this got cut this way. I got to give him the ball. No, all you got to do is hand the ball off to Derrick Henry and get out the way. That's a quarterback's best friend.
Who's a better running back, Kareem Hunt or Nick Chubb?
Oh, Nick Chubb. It's close. I wouldn't even say it's close. It's Nick Chubb.
Kareem Hunt.
Oh my God.
Who you got,
Ben, who you got?
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb and one Kareem Hunt.
I got Kareem Hunt because he could run the ball and receive. So he can do more.
But Nick Chubb can receive as well, though.
As good as Kareem Hunt?
Not as good, but good enough because his running is way better than Nick. Because like I said, the responsibility of a running back is to run the ball. Yes, way better. No.
I'm not going to give you that there. I'm not going to give you that there because Nick Chubb.
Kareem Hunt is a phenomenal running back.
Yes, he is.
Nick Chubb is an S tier running back though.
No.
Kareem Hunt is an A tier. And
Nick
A
Chubb-
tier
But
is
Chubb's
not
hurt.
bad.
But Chubb's hurt. Don't you take
Yeah.
away from him because he's hurt?
He was just out last game.
And this week.
And last year he was hurt as well.
He's right. You're doing the same thing. Why is it not the same for
Because
CMC
it's
and
not
Chubb
6
that they're
games
hurt?
in 2 years. He just played 14 games last season. He didn't play 3. Like your boy, he's still gonna give you majority of the season. He's still gonna give you majority of the season. Versus, so if we got 17 games, if we got 17 games in a season, and this dude is only available 3, versus this dude over here that's gonna run the ball 20 to 30 times, that's gonna be available 14. I'm finna go with this dude that's finna be available 14. And he's gonna give me 1,500 yards rushing with 12 plus touchdowns.
Ron,
Didn't Nick Chubb just lead the league in rushing last year and the year before that too? I mean, no, not last year, but Derrick Henry. But the year before that, wasn't he the leader in the league in rushing? 1,600 yards.
I'm not sure.
And he's up there consistently with 1,500 yards. Besides his rookie year, this is his 3rd year right here.
Ron, what you
personally?
Ron?
I'm gonna go with Nick Chubb. I got Nick, but that really. Like we're arguing 2 guys that play on the same team, so it's
they good. They good. Now don't get me wrong. Like I said,
they're in a great position.
Kareem Hunt is phenomenal though, so I can't get mad if somebody want to choose Kareem Hunt. Like he is I know Kansas City is upset that happened. Like, but I got to go with Chubb.
Yo.
So you think if Nick Chubb isn't in Cleveland or any team, it's just if Kareem Hunt's the feature back and Nick Chubb's the feature back, they don't have each other. You think Nick Chubb is significantly better than Hunt? Okay.
But it just depends on what you like. You like receiving backs. Me, I'm more old school.
I
like
do.
that.
I play in PPR, so I like
Kareem.
I'm
Kareem
not
Hunt,
coming
bro.
from a fantasy.
Don't forget.
Don't
forget what Kareem Hunt did in Kansas City.
That's what I was gonna
say.
say.
Yeah, 1,600 yards total. Yeah,
he was right there.
Did he have like 1,300 plus yards in his rookie year?
1,300 rushing, I believe. Yeah, 1,600 yards total, something like that.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Kareem Hunt was that dude.
Kareem Hunt, he is tough without a doubt. But speaking of Kansas City, we're gonna move along and we're gonna talk about their woes at this moment in time. Is Kansas City at a place where they can't recover? Are they gonna get their footing back to where they were last year, the year before that? Or do we just need to stop thinking of Kansas City at this moment in time and start thinking of the new up-and-coming teams?
I think Kansas City still got a chance because still got Patrick Mahomes, your quarterback. He hasn't been the same because how many interceptions he had? Like 6, 7, the most. He had like the most interceptions, something like that. I think it was like 7. I'm not sure.
I got you right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But he got his career highs in interceptions. But what they really need to work on is that defense. That defense is atrocious. It's not good at all. It's not good.
All right. Fluent, what you got to say to that?
He has 8 interceptions, by the way.
Listen, he's got. I was about to say 2 years ago he had 5. Last year he had 6, and already this season he has 8.
Yeah, 8.
The problem is he's also having to do a lot more and play from behind a lot more because his defense stinks.
Mm-hmm.
So are the Chiefs done? No. They're still as bad as they've played, as bad as that defense is, they're still 3-3. They're still in the hunt. No pun intended, Kareem Hunt. They're still in the hunt. So will they turn it around? Yeah, they know how to win. They're going to figure something out defensively. They don't have to be great. They need to be, if the defense could get middle of the road, right? Middle of the road, you'll see them go on a late season run. So I'm less concerned about the Chiefs because they still have Patrick Mahomes. They still have Tyreek Hill. They still have Travis Kelce. They still have too many offensive weapons not to win enough games. So they'll be in the playoffs. And listen, once that happens, anything's possible, right? Once they're in the playoffs.
Especially when you got a gunslinger like that. Yo, Bama, talk to us.
Yeah, man, I pretty much feel like the NFL kind of is caught up to what they're doing for us with that dynamic passing, but they still a pretty top tier team, especially with Patrick Mahomes up on the center. You can't really bet against that dude. Like the only thing is, like you say, they defense, and it's gonna be hard to find people for defense because speaking of Patrick Mahomes, he getting all the money. You know what I mean? So that's $50 million of your salary cap every year that you got to account for. And then you got a Chris Jones they just paid. So they paying a few people pretty little pennies. So it's going to be hard just, thinking of it from a salary cap standpoint to fill these gaps and these holes where what they have on defense. So I'll tell people, when them quarterbacks take that type of money, they basically telling you is, can you do this without, like what y'all saying, can you do this without a defense? Can you do this without these certain pieces? Because now that we paying you this money, we paying you to do this without these pieces, because normally we can get these pieces with this money, but now we paying you. So
look at all the big name quarterbacks once they got paid. Look what happened to Seattle. Once they paid Russell Wilson, boom.
And
the Chiefs window, I know we're talking about this season, but if you look at moving forward, the Chiefs window is going to close real quick because he's getting so much money. And that's why a guy like, listen, I don't mean to keep bringing up Tom Brady, but that's why Tom Brady taking those pay cuts, taking less money, he understands I need other players around me, right? Now, granted, his wife makes more money than him, so maybe it's easier for him to do that. But, these other quarterbacks, they take their money and they're in trouble. They're in trouble because the rest of the team suffers for it. So they got to figure that out.
Especially when you gotta have guys like Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill on the field.
Those guys have to get paid.
Have to pay the offensive linemen that they have to pay as well. Now you're just sitting here like, you know what? We don't need a defense. And honestly, in football, you always need a defense. Look at Aaron Rodgers. Most of the times he didn't win because he never had a defense.
Do you know in the last 10 years? Do you know in the last 10 years how many Super Bowl winning teams had a defense that wasn't top 5 in scoring?
I don't know.
Zero.
Yeah.
You need something from your defense.
Yeah. And we seen that firsthand last year. You see the clinic that Tampa Bay defense was putting on.
Yeah, they don't have to be. They don't have to be that good, but they need to do something. You can't have a bottom half defense and expect to win. It is impossible.
You have to mention Russ, man.
Hey Ben, I knew it was something I liked about you. I knew it.
We got the Seahawks.
You a Seahawks fan too? Or you a Seahawks fan too?
Yeah, I'm from Seattle.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Word up.
I'll say it's more so on the coaches than anything, because when you talked about the Tom Brady contract thing, I was watching I Am Athlete podcast when Darrelle Reeves came on there, and he said Tom Brady didn't voluntarily take those pay cuts. Bill Belichick wouldn't pay him over that amount, and that's why they constantly was at button heads, and that's wwhy it hit the fan how it did, because once those weapons stopped to come in, where he was having guys like Chris Hogan and all of them boys up in there, and Doughboy, what's his name, N'Keal Harry, you see the frustration on Brady's face. He can't play with guys like that.
Yeah.
So especially, and you won't give me the money I'm worth, and that was also messing up the market, because it's like, how can I pay you this X amount of money and Tom Brady is getting this much money? So they use that for as leverage and all that. Now, that's why I say it falls back on the coaches, man. You can't go shoot yourself in the foot paying this guy $50 million a year or $40 million a year. Now you see he's not that. That's why I tell people, these guys, they're good. They're good quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson's, Dax, but they're not those type of quarterbacks to where you could sacrifice the rest of your team for those guys. You see what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers, that's him and Tom Brady. I tell people, them like the only two. And maybe
what about Drew?
He still need man. I don't know. I can't. Drew Brees.
Okay, so wait. This hold on, before I see the look on your face, Dub. Before we get into that, I just
wait. What did he say? No, wait. What did he say?
He said Drew Brees is not in that category where you can give him all of that money and expect your team still not to take a step or two back.
Okay.
And so that poses one more question with this, and we're gonna move on. Dub, you got the next topic, but I just want to ask you guys right quick. So, do you think guys like Russell Wilson, guys like Patrick Mahomes, do you think that they overachieved too fast and they had to get paid that big check too soon, which allowed their tenure to kind of get shortened into like they got a small championship window? And now Patrick Mahomes, and obviously Russell Wilson's in that position too, but now Patrick Mahomes at a point where they can't pay other players or they can't use that additional money to shore up their roster.
It's the way the league's set up. And when the average NFL player has 3 years, if you're going to get a contract, you take it.
Yeah,
You got to get your money. You got to get paid. You got to get paid. So I don't
100%.
blame them for doing it. However, historically, every time they get paid, something else suffers for it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I'm having a brain fart because I'm trying to understand the question on what you said about Drew Brees, and I can't understand it yet.
He was just saying, can
What did
Drew Brees be successful if he doesn't have a bunch of talent around him? And Bama said no. He needs talent.
You said no. He needs talent.
He needs talent. Yes.
What makes you think that?
And noodle arm.
His noodle arm. That is so disrespectful.
Oh,
That
man.
is so disrespectful.
Okay, so what I got
Oh,
in
man.
my head, what I got in my head with Drew Brees is his arm was so noodlefied that Alvin Kamara was the leader in the he was the leader in the NFL for his receiving yards for a few weeks because Drew Brees was check down Lord. You know what I mean?
Who else was on that team for the wide receivers? Michael Thomas, right? Okay,
Mike
so
Thomas
it was
not
Michael
pushover, right?
It was Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, and then who else?
There's a few other guys that go along with Mike Thomas, though. I'm just saying, though.
Alvin Kamara is a great talent. And Mike Thomas, every time he gets the ball, he does something with it. So I wouldn't even be mad if my quarterback's just throwing it to him. You gonna call him a noodle arm because he's throwing it to Alvin Kamara?
That's all he could throw it to. He can't throw a deep ball to Michael Thomas, man.
Michael Thomas don't go deep. He's the king of slants.
Slants, and he can go deep when you can throw it. When you can throw it to him deep too, though. It's sad when you can't throw deep balls. All you can do is be the king of slants for somebody.
You name me. You go ahead, Fluent. Go ahead, Fluent.
No. I'm out of this one. I'm ready for the next time.
You're ready for the next time. Y'all don't. Nobody wants to get in on this. This is disrespectful.
So, who lacks the ability to go deep more, Dale or Drew Brees? We'll talk about that in the chat. We'll talk about that in the chat.
It's clearly Dell. We know where his wife
went.
Who's Dell?
Curry. Dell Curry.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Couldn't go deep anymore, which is why she went. She stepped out on him. It's another
Dell.
conversation from another day.
Oh man, we about to cause a rivalry with a regular player's choice. I'm like, dang, you guys are crazy.
Disclaimer: I love Drew. Like, this is just.
I love Drew, but he has a noodle arm and he can't.
No. The question was, but I just want people to know. The question was, could they win with a lot of efficiencies in their team? And I feel like Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are the only two quarterbacks I've seen, and maybe Lamar Jackson are the only.
Tom Brady has always had talent. What are you talking about?
No, he made it look like he had talent. For instance, he went 11-5 or 12-4, I believe, with that horrible roster the Patriots put together with none but tight ends. And
No, time out. You cannot say they had a horrible roster just because their wide receiver core wasn't that elite. They had a good team on the defensive end in that year. You gonna forget that?
In the NFL, it takes an offense to move. You got to be able to move the sticks, though, and control the time of possession.
Don't get me wrong. Tom Brady did his thing with that offense, without a doubt in my mind. But to sit here and say like he didn't have a team in general, no, that's crazy.
How come Cam Newton didn't have a similar? Why they didn't go 11-5 again with Cam Newton?
With Cam Newton, honestly, I don't know.
That's because Cam Newton. Hold on. That's because Cam Newton didn't have an off season. And if you've seen the Patriots playbook, which I've seen, it's this thick.
Yeah.
So he didn't learn the playbook. He didn't know the terminology. Then he started to look good. Don't forget, the first couple of games he looked good. Then he gets COVID. He can't practice with the team. He can't be near the team. So he doesn't know the playbook. He doesn't know the calls. He doesn't have any consistency with the players. So yeah, he's gonna stink. It's a recipe for failure. That you go in the whole offseason, maybe it's different. And maybe it's Cam. Maybe Cam's ego is just bigger than his talent right now in his career. Maybe.
Well, if they don't go 11-5 with Matt, is it safe to say that Brady was the reason that team was good and that team wasn't as good as we thought they was? Is that fair to say if Mac Jones right now with a full offseason pretty much had the team for the whole season because it wasn't no quarterback drama because they got rid of Cam before anything really even started.
You can't compare Mac Jones in his rookie season to Tom Brady. When are you comparing him to? In his prime?
No, I'm not comparing them. I'm just talking about with the teams because the teams is This team has gotten a lot better.
Can't compare.
This team has gotten a lot better.
That was a great offseason.
That was just a horrible team, and Brady did something with nothing.
Oh, yeah, you're never going to hear me say that. Brady got a lot of receivers paid.
Yes,
A lot of average receivers, he got them paid.
Yes,
All right, fellas. So moving forward, we are going to get into our start bench cut. We got 3 phenomenal quarterbacks. They're all having amazing years right now. All right, starting off with number 1, we have already been talking about him so far, Kyler Murray. Next quarterback, the youngin, Justin Herbert. And last but not least, we got Dak Prescott. Ben, talk to us. Who you starting, who you mentioning, who you cutting?
This is hard.
It's tough. It's real tough.
This is tough. I'm gonna start Kyler Murray. I'm a bench Dak Prescott, and I'm gonna cut Justin Herbert. I'm gonna cut this one too.
Okay.
I agree with that completely.
I hate to say it. This might be one of the hardest start bench cuts I've ever been asked. And that being said, if I was talking about, building my franchise, my answer might be different. But today for this season, yeah, I'm the same. I'm Kyler, bench and Dak, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I think he's going to be the face of the franchise in 3 years, the face of the league. In 3 years. But I'm cutting Herbert today. But for longevity, that's going to be your quarterback. That's going to be the guy.
Okay.
Bama,
holla at us.
I'm cutting Dak and benching Herbert. I can't. Herbert is a gunslinger. I like him. Man, I don't know. I can't. I like Dak too. Dak is, I don't know. It's hard for me to pull for the Cowboys. So I'm cutting Dak.
I'm not pulling for the Cowboys. I'm saying Dak.
Yeah.
I would have loved
Dak.
I would have loved to have Dak in Chicago. Let's be honest.
Facts. My question to you, Fluent, you don't think that Lamar Jackson will be the face of the league? You think Justin Herbert will be the face of the league over Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
Wow.
Why?
Politics.
What do you mean?
You want me to say it?
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
Sorry, like I know we're here to talk football, but that's reality.
Yeah, that's real.
The NFL's going to push Herbert.
With that being said,
he's going to be the one with the endorsement deals and those types of things. So that now
so
is Lamar
Jackson.
Does that mean he's a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's going to be the face of the franchise or face of the league. Excuse me.
Okay.
Does that mean he's going to be more successful than him?
No, I'm not saying that either.
Certainly.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Okay.
You guys know what's up. I'm sorry.
No, that's real.
That's real. You can't even argue that. You can't even argue
real. That's real. That's 100. Yeah.
Okay.
So
go ahead, Doug.
That kind of stems into our next topic. Is Lamar Jackson a contender or pretender? Fluent, I'll start off with you.
Contender. What are the Ravens? What are the Ravens without Lamar Jackson? They're the Jaguars. They're the Jaguars. They're the Jaguars without Lamar Jackson. And with him, look at what they're doing. Close games, he brings them back. They go up against a really good Chargers team. They blow him out. That's on Lamar. If he's not in your MVP conversation, you got it wrong. You got it wrong.
Right.
Go ahead.
He's a contender for sure. Everybody got a number 1 receiver. Like Aaron Rodgers, he got Devontae Adams. Let's see. Mahomes got Tyreek Hill. Lamar's best receiver he got is Mark Andrews.
Right.
It's Mark Andrews.
Don't do Hollywood like that.
Just think about it. But think about it. It's drop a touchdown Hollywood or third receiver in Kansas City, Sammy Watkins.
Right.
Those are his best 2.
Right. And the injuries he had no J.K. Dobbins, Marcus Peters out on defense. Like Ravens, the injuries, but they still winning. They're 5-1 right now, doing their thing.
Do the Ravens keep this up? Or do they keep the same pace up, Ben?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just think about it. They're winning games with Latavius Murray and Le'Veon Bell
and Devontae
with a Walker going through the offensive line. Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I just want to add this. Couple things we got to take note. The reason why the Ravens look this good without as little as what they had, Greg Roman's real old school. So he finds ways to get the run game going. They added 2 guys, T. Martin, and also Chris Hewitt, to bring in a little flavor for us with Lamar Jackson, a little bit younger flavor to help him out. What that did, they opened up the playbook, ran a little bit more shotgun to get him moving and throwing the ball what he's used to. If you really look at this offense, it's kind of identical to how they set him up for success at Louisville. We know he's good running the ball, but at the same time, he's just as phenomenal. But we got to let him do that, because I don't know if y'all remember, Dez highlighted that. They said last year they was holding Lamar back passing the ball. I feel like right now they're opening it up. You see a little bit. He goes 5 wide every now and again, and that's good for him. So now he gets to make the full decision. That's why I feel like, Lamar might, if they continue to rally around him, because John Harbaugh, I see how that dude looks at him. They got a lot of faith in that kid. And when you in a situation like that, an environment like that, it's the ceiling,
the whole team believes.
Yeah, man.
Wasn't it? I forget what week it was, but that play where Harbaugh looks at him and goes, it was 4th and 1 or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, you want to go for it? He's like,
Kansas City.
Lamar, you want to go for it?
Yeah, let's go.
That was a pivotal win for Lamar Jackson as a player, a pivotal win for the Ravens as a whole. But just moving forward and them really like stepping into that contender, that Super Bowl contender realm, that was huge for them.
Yep.
And I got a little hot take. I think Lamar Jackson is better than Josh Allen overall. I think so.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Like a warm take.
No warm take.
I mean,
I think we all agree. I think
it's crazier to say that Josh Allen's, and it's not crazy, of course, but it's wilder to say that Josh Allen's better than Lamar than to be like, it's a hot take. Lamar's better than Josh.
Yeah. I believe Lamar gets so much disrespect just because he's great at running the football. Like, I don't understand how somebody gets so much slack just because he's so great at doing this one specific thing. And people try to,
because they look at recent history. They look at recent history and they're like, look at who else did it. Cam, hurt, out of the league. RG3, hurt, out the league. Lamar Jackson is different than those guys, but that's the most recent comparisons. So when you see what happened to those guys, quick out of the gate and then gone, I think that's why everyone's hesitant to kind of say, yeah, he's the real deal.
Gotcha. Hey, Ron, we're approaching a little over an hour here. Which topic you want to finish out on?
We are going to, I want to talk about Jon Gruden real bad. We'll get to that next week. Well, see, we got to talk about it now. Next week, we'll get to everybody's top 10 and power rankings and stuff like that next week. We'll actually start with that. This week, we have to talk about Jon Gruden before, the topic runs its course, before they get a new coach and decide what they're going to do. I want to know, first off, I just want to hear you guys' thoughts on the situation. Bama, start us out.
My thoughts on it. What's up with them 650,000 emails? I don't care about Gruden. We know that's a fall guy. Show me them emails. I want to see what Dan Snyder was saying. I want to see what Bruce Allen was saying. Show me them emails, because them 40 women didn't ask for that. I got a mom. I got sisters. I got, them women didn't ask for that. You know what I'm saying? They put them girls in a position to where they basically got taken advantage of. And now you showing these videos of these women all over the internet. Who knows what else they was doing, you know what I'm saying, for us with that. So that's all I said, man. Show them emails and make sure, man, these women's stories get heard, man, because that's crazy that they keep showing. I saw something from ESPN. They said that the attorney said that they were okay with showing Gruden's emails. They even talked about Adam Schefter. They talked about another guy that was in the NFL front office, but they said they are not going to show the emails from Dan Snyder. That is bull crap. Show them emails, man. We need to know what is going on. We need to see them emails, because that's not right what they did to them ladies, man.
Hey, Ron, I see you copying me a little bit, man. Why you rubbing your chin?
Man, I'm listening to Bama. I ain't worried about you. Hey, look, you just better be lucky we mediating. I'm gonna catch up with you tomorrow. Yo, Ben, talk to us. How you feel about the incident?
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I won't really into this Jon Gruden, because it's a lot of stuff going on and all that type stuff. But I would say, the Raiders, they're gonna be all right with Jon Gruden gone, because Derek Carr doing his thing, and the defense is stepping up big time. They're stepping up.
Okay. Well, I am going to talk about Jon Gruden, and I'm going to say that Jon Gruden They are trying to make the story about him. I'm disgusted, one, by Jon Gruden. First of all, that it took 10 years. He should have been fired. Obviously, it took 10 years to come out, but he got what he deserved. He should have been fired. Actually, he should have been fired. He shouldn't have been given the opportunity to resign. So that's number one. Two, the only reason, let's be honest, the only reason Jon Gruden stepped down or those emails came out is because he talked smack about Roger Goodell. Let's be honest. They didn't care about the racist stuff or the homophobic stuff or, the misogynistic stuff. They didn't care about that because look how many people he was sending topless pictures of cheerleaders to. And it was 10 years ago. No one said anything. But then you get a bunch of sexual harassment allegations, 650,000 emails, and you tell me there's only 60? There's only 60 bad ones? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So now it's like, okay, let's make Jon Gruden the fall guy. Let's make a story. Then they do this horrible. The memorial to Taylor was another thing to divert the attention away. Yeah, and then you got some, I don't know if he's a TikToker or what the hell he is, dancing on his memorial, which also disgusting, by the way. So Jon Gruden got what he deserved, but there's a lot more. But we got to remember, who does Roger Goodell work for? The owners. That's why you're not going to see the Daniel Snyder emails, because I guarantee you it'll be like Donald Sterling, and the NFL doesn't want that right now. They can't afford the year that they finally came out and said, hey, we're all about equality and everybody. And now you have a Donald Sterling owner. That's why you're not going to see those emails. And we should see them. And I guarantee you there's probably another 10, 12, 15 people that should lose their jobs, if not more. I still want to know why it took 10 years.
Obviously can't afford to have a group firing. It can't just be 15 open positions. It'll turn NFL
but you could listen, you could force Snyder. Now maybe they're waiting for the offseason. I don't know. You could force Snyder to sell the team like they did Donald Sterling with the Clippers.
Yeah.
You keep it. This is the guy who wanted to keep his, what some people consider racist name on his team. He fought it. Look how hard he fought that.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care what you think. I'm the owner. And that's a bad mentality to have in this day and age.
Terrible. And, society has moved so much forward from, some of the bad ways that, America was brought up on and whatnot. But it's, it's still people that are stuck in that time. It's still people that are stuck in that past. And, with the way that the new generation's heading and how everybody's just forward thinking and, it's going to be a big clash between those old school type of owners and just society as it is right now. But I mean, it's good when these type of topics get talked about and they get brought to light, because, darkness can't shine in the light.
Right.
Now, I want to know, what does this mean for the Raiders, and who are some good potential replacements for them? And is this affecting them as a team?
What I would like to say is, Jon Gruden deserved whatever happened to him. He definitely deserved that. I do feel bad for the Raiders organization, some of the Raiders players, because Darren Waller, for example, Jon Gruden was responsible for bringing him up and bringing him to the type of player that he is today. So I do feel bad for some of the guys in that locker room that they have to find out that this coach was acting this certain way. It's kind of heartbreaking to see that as a player standpoint. But I think the Raiders are going to be good. They had a good showing against the Denver Broncos. And I don't think the Raiders have anything to worry about. Jon Gruden was responsible for building that team up. They have a good thing going for themselves. And honestly, I don't think the Raiders fall off from wherever they're at. I think they'll be the exact same team.
So I think they're good this season. And I think I always butcher his name, Basikia, whatever the interim head coach is. They're probably going to end up hiring him because he's in-house and the team's going to rally around him, right? It's the, hey, us against the world thing. So I think they'll be fine. Who I think they should hire, I still think Eric Bieniemy deserves to be a head coach in this league. I think Byron Leftwich probably has shown enough that he should get a chance, but I think they're going to stick. If he has their interim coach here, if he continues to win games, it just makes sense to just give him the job. But I don't think that's the right move, though. But he's been waiting a long time. He's been in the league a long time. Everyone says he's very respectful and classy. Has always carried himself like a head coach. So he's got a lot going for him too. So maybe it is. He deserves to have the shot there since he's in house.
Okay.
But the fact that, let's be honest, the fact that Eric Bieniemy isn't a head coach somewhere at this point. Is it's 7 open positions and 1 went to a minority in the offseason, and that was in Houston, and it was at the last minute. It was almost like I do the show with Hugh Jackson. He was like the NFL forced them to hire him. Like there's a lot of bigger issues going on that need to be discussed, but
understandable.
Yeah, but as far as the Raiders go, they'll be fine. The Raiders will be fine.
Like I said, I think the Raiders will be fine. Brian Leftwich was one of my dudes I got for coach. But yeah, they're gonna be good. And I think Derek Carr, to me, is the most underrated quarterback in the game of football.
Underrated?
Underrated.
I would agree. Derek Carr he's done what he's supposed to do this year and more.
We're gonna talk about that next episode.
It's still early for Derek Carr,
we don't got time for that, but we're gonna talk about that one next episode.
Bama possible replacements?
I'll probably have to agree. Keep in house. I'd like to see Byron Leftwich over down there at Jacksonville, though. I think he'll change the culture down there. He'll fit real nice down there in Jacksonville, more so than Vegas Raiders. But Raiders should be okay, man. I don't know. That organization is kind of, I don't know. It's kind of weird over there. But I mean, I feel like they going in the right they was going in the right direction, and this happened. But man, I don't know. They got to change a venue. We never know. But I feel like Gruden was kind of overrated anyway. He got his claim to fame off somebody else's team. So see how that goes. They'll be all right though.
Okay. Well, fellas, it was a good one. The first one was a good one. Between us right here, me and Dub, we tend to do a Clubhouse. I don't know if you guys have the app downloaded, but we do a Clubhouse for NBA topics. Well, now it's time to open up another door and start doing Clubhouse for NFL topics. Us 5 will get together, we'll coordinate a time that'll work for us. And even if it's just a couple of us, it could just be, it could be a couple of us and we can make it work. But this will give, all of our followers a chance to come in and actually debate us, actually let us know what they got to say. And then, it's chaos in there, but it's beautiful chaos though. It's people that really love sports, and we get in that Clubhouse and we turn up.
That's great. That's great. Again, thanks again, everybody, for watching and watching the stream. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you for you guys showing out. Ben, Fluent, Bama, definitely give you guys a follow, man. Appreciate it. It was a great episode, and we're gonna get ready for more, man. We definitely gonna start out with that Derek Carr underrated.
We gotta talk about that. I want to hear everybody's power rankings, and then we'll come up with some more good topics for you guys as well. Final thoughts, Ben. You got anything for us?
Thank y'all for having me. Love being here. I got a podcast coming soon. And shout out my boy Kenny, Chris. Those my boys, Kale, everybody. Shout out to them, man. Shout out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, Fluent, you got some closing words for us?
I forgot to tell you. Sports_Fluent, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I also have a YouTube channel. Come check it out. We got a bunch of shows. We talk football. I got a fantasy show. We got the Lake Show, all about the Lakers. 6 Fluent Minutes, which is all about the Toronto Raptors. And Monsters of the Midweek. We're talking Bears.
It's going to be some people that want to join. Okay. Bama.
Hey, first off, I want to talk. Hey, LaRon, my brother, love you, man. Thank you, man, for hitting me out the blue, bro. I see you still thinking about me. I rock with you tough. That's why you always been the best basketball player I know. Shaq, just so. Ron know what I'm talking about. Ron know what I'm talking about.
I gotta send you some highlights.
That's why you've always been the better hooper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like I say, man, y'all go follow me, Ground Zero TV podcast. Do current y'all in the game in Apex 2K. You can follow Scam Thanos TV. That's where I'll be over there cutting up goofball, playing the game or whatever, man. But
follow me on Instagram, bben923. Sam's my TikTok.
I want to encourage everybody to follow everybody. We want to keep a tight-knit community. We all want to communicate with you guys, what you guys to communicate with us. We want to just continue to build this thing to as big as a platform as we can. We're going to keep bringing you guys fire takes week after week. Next Tuesday, we will be back at the same time. We will be back with some even hotter topics. And until then, you guys be cool. Dub.
Y'all be safe out there, man.